Hello, welcome to my channel. If you are a fan of the abnormal, the paranormal, the dark, or the weird, you have come to the right place. Hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and without further ado, here is our story. Wait. I need to tell you something before I start the story. First of all, I apologize for taking a bit to make this video and get it posted. It's been a real trying week and a half for my little family. Second of all, this weekend I am going to be posting a special video that is of my son and I investigating some stories that I've heard that come from nearby cemeteries. I will have it as a live on TikTok first and then post it to YouTube later. If you like this type of stuff, then make sure to tune in here or on TikTok. Now, on with the story. So, like I've said in my past videos, I used to work at an unnamed pizza place. And I worked in many different stores at the unnamed pizza place. The first store I worked in was really haunted as well, just like the one with the cowboy ghost. But this ghost we actually gave a nickname. We called him Bob. Bob was a finicky ghost and would be most active when you didn't acknowledge him in the morning when you came in. I was the opening cook and manager on most every day, and I would come in the store and say, "Good morning, Bob," as I walked in the door to start the day. That simple gesture of acknowledging his presence would make the day so much more hospitable and make him less active. One morning, I was running kind of late getting to work. So when I walked in frustrated and in a hurry to get clocked in and get started, I forgot my usual "Good morning, Bob" as I walked through the door. Before the store manager and all the rest of the staff arrived, I ran about trying to get things done, the whole time hearing things banging and noise coming from every part of the store. At one point, I went into the bathroom after I'd gotten everything turned on and most everything started for the day's work. While in the bathroom, I heard the door handle jiggle. So I went to the door and opened it, looked around, and no one was there. I went back in and continued washing my hands when I heard a loud slam against the door. This scared me so bad. So I went to the door and I walked out, looking around as I walked out. At this point, I knew it was Bob, but I had forgotten that I didn't tell him good morning, so I didn't know why he was acting up so much. I started in on the prep for the day, counting what we were going to need to get done for all the pizzas, the dough, the vegetables, the meat. Then I got started prepping all the pizzas that were going to be needed for the day, as the vegetables and the dough were the job of the drivers. I should also mention that our area manager, who liked to come and visit us occasionally, was actually out of town at this time. He went to go to the headquarters, which was a few states away, for conferences that were for all of his different stores in the area. You might not think this is important information, but you will see how vital this information is. After all the staff, my store manager, driver, and server had all arrived, and I was busy with some prep, I still kept hearing some noises coming from various parts of the store. I heard a loud bang come from the prep area as I was putting pizzas in the oven. I knew that the driver was not there, and I could see most of the prep area from where the oven was. So I walked over to see if maybe something fell or if I needed to pick anything up, but nothing over there had been disturbed. I walked back over to the table to make more pizzas for some more orders that came in when I heard the walk-in fridge door open and shut on its own. So I walked over there to see who was there, and there was nothing there. I just went back to my table and just continued making orders and kind of mumbled to myself, "Okay, Bob," as I walked back. Then, out of the corner of my eye, I saw what I thought was our area manager walk by. It looked like him. Same height, hair, and the usual shirt he would wear when he would come to visit us. I stopped what I was doing and just kind of stared in the direction that I saw him walk, and I mumbled his name, kind of confused by what I just saw. How could he be there? He was gone and wouldn't be back for 2 weeks. I went in the direction that I saw him go, only to find that there was no one there. I checked the walk-in again, and still no one over there. I went over to the prep table and the sink and still didn't see him out there. And then out to the front in the dining area, and he wasn't there either. He was nowhere in the store. I went over to our store manager and asked if he had seen our area manager and if he was here. No, he's at the conference, remember? I remembered, and I explained to my manager what I had just seen. My manager was skeptical and didn't believe that the store was haunted. He didn't believe my story till much, much later, after he himself would have his own experience. But that is a story for another time. So this story is a little bit difficult for me to tell. It's kind of a sad one. A little over 2 years ago, we received some terrible news that my children's grandma was sick. She was an absolutely wonderful, caring woman who adored and loved all of her grandchildren dearly. She constantly would text message me. She would send them gifts every Christmas. She just absolutely loved all of her kids, grandkids. She had something called white brain matter disease, and we knew that it was only a matter of time until we would lose her completely. With my babies being so young, they were only 5 and 3 at the time. I didn't know how to tell them what was going on with Grandma or that she would soon be gone, so I waited till when I knew the time would be right to explain it to them. At the end of May, we knew it was only a matter of time, from what the rest of this family said, that very shortly she would no longer be with us. I was trying to get time to make a trip there so that we could see her before she passed, but it was proving very difficult, especially on this one weekend, because even though I wanted to go down there and see her, my 5-year-old daughter was actually sick, and so we could not go. And this Sunday morning, she was sick and she was laying all cuddled up on the couch under a blanket. She was sniffling a lot at one point, and I sat near her at a table. It looked to me as if she was crying. "Are you okay, baby?" I asked her at one point when she poked her head out of a blanket. She got teary-eyed and shook her head no and buried her head back in the blankets. I walked over to the couch and sat down next to her and was rubbing her back and asking her what's wrong. "Grandma is dying," she said as she sat up. "What? Who told you that?" I asked her, surprised that she knew. "Grandma did," she said, to my shock and amazement. I asked her how Grandma told her and what happened, and this is what she described to me. She said she was laying on the couch with her face turned towards the back of the couch when she felt the room turn cold. She heard what sounded like footsteps approaching her, but when she looked, no one in the room was moving. She got scared and buried her head in the blankets, trying to hide from whatever or whoever it was, but she felt a hand on her shoulder. At that point, she wasn't scared anymore because she felt like it was love. Then a voice whispered in her ear, "Baby girl, it's okay. It's Grandma." She asked Grandma what she was doing here, and Grandma said, "I came to say goodbye." She told me that Grandma explained that she was dying and she would soon go to heaven and wanted to tell us goodbye and that she loves us all very much. And she said that then after that, Grandma just touched her on the forehead and Grandma left. It was the very next morning that we found out that Grandma had actually passed. She had passed in her sleep quietly. But this is one story that I will never forget, and neither will she. She has always had a gift for talking to people that we can't see, and she sees them and has seen them ever since she was a tiny little baby. So if these kind of stories are the kind that interest you and you like to listen to ghost stories or the paranormal, please subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell. We post 1 to 2 times a week. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.